Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. I'm popping on today. It's not a scheduled Facebook Live, but I am popping on to give you a little sneak peek at my class to go that I just sent out to everyone who purchased. And it's with each class to go, I always provide a video showing how to put the cards together, so this will give you an idea of what's in a class to go. So this class to go was for Country Christmas, and it was focused on the Toile Christmas paper. Toile Tidings Christmas paper. So I always like to choose a pack of designer series paper that I'm going to focus on for the class. So for this one, it's actually a carryover paper, Toile Tidings. I just absolutely love it. And so this is what the focus of the class was. So it's based on Garden Green and Real Red. So I'll just show you what you get when you purchase a class to go from me. And then you might be interested in purchasing the August one. Hi, Cindy. It's not Sunday, I know. I'm popping on unexpectedly. I'm just doing a quick video of my latest class to go. You're welcome to stay and watch. So this one is based on Toile Tidings Designer Series paper. Each class to go comes with a video tutorial. It also comes with a PDF tutorial. This one is 13 pages. It shows each card, and this will get emailed to you. Because some people like to have printed instructions, or they like to have all the measurements written down. It has all the materials listed and the instructions. And the nice thing about the class to go is I've done most of this work for you. I can't stamp the images. Hi, Shannon. I can't stamp the images, but I can provide the rest of the card for you, and you can just stamp your own image. So it has each card, and then it has materials, instructions, and it has a video. So some people are visual, some people like printed. So this one is 13 pages. At the back, I haven't uploaded it yet, but we'll have all the products that I used for the class. With most of my classes to go, you will have an option of an add-on stamp set. So for this one, I designed all the cards so that they would coordinate with the itty bitty Christmas stamp set. So I provided this as an add-on for $30, which is the cost in the catalog. So I covered the shipping and the tax. It's an awesome set. If you don't have this in your Christmas stash, I highly suggest that you get it. And then I'll show you what's in the class to go in a second. I'm just going to let you know what the class to go for August, one of the Christmas classes to go. I'm going to do the Christmas Gleaming as one of the classes, and the Christmas Poinsettia as another class, but this will be the first one. All right, so for the Christmas Gleaming, I'll just move this out of the way. This is a bundle that comes with the punches, 2 punches, a beautiful stamp set called Christmas Gleaming, and then there is also coordinating paper, brightly gleaming specialty designer series paper. So you will be provided with all the materials that you need to make the 8 cards. I always have 8 cards in my card classes or classes to go. And my classes to go for the 8 cards and all the materials prepped. And then I always add an embellishment, and I'll show you which one I added to the class we're looking at, the Country Christmas. And I'm not sure which one. I haven't decided what embellishment I'm going to add to this one. So the classes to go are $40, and I'll show you in a second everything that you get. So August is going to be based on Brightly Gleaming. You'll have the option of adding on the bundle with the stamp set and punches, and they also have another bundle in the catalog that includes the designer series paper. When you buy a bundle, when it's first introduced, you always get 10% off. So that's the best time to buy it. This was actually in the catalog last year. I didn't buy it in time, and it sold out. And the paper sold out as well. The paper is spectacular. So, in the class that I just delivered to people, or you get it in the mail if you're not local, and a couple of people I still have to deliver to. So coordinates with the Itty Bitty Christmas, and let me show you what you get in your kit. So for this one, the embellishment that was included was the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels, which actually might work with this one as well. Oh yeah, it actually might. It's got the gold, it's got the blue, it's got the, yeah, that might be good. We'll see. I always pick something different. You get all of your cards, so there's 2 in each envelope already. I've done all the die cutting, all the embossing, all the cutting, and I didn't quite realize how much die cutting was involved in these 4 little cards. So there's quite a bit in this particular kit. You also get a mat to work on. This is the new fun one with all the in colors. It will vary which mat you get depending on which ones I have in my stash. And then you get all the materials. You get envelopes and you get everything you need. You just need to provide the adhesive and the sentiment. So I'm just going to quickly go through and show you how to put together each of these cards. And here's what the cards look like. So you might have seen them before because I did them on a previous video. I'm just going to show you quickly how to put them together. They're not difficult. That's the second one. The third one. And the last one. And each of these little pine cones has 2 pieces to it. So it was a lot of die cutting. All right, so let's start with the one on top. Oftentimes you will get 2 different designer series paper. So in this one, it is still from the same set, but you'll have 1 checked and 1 striped. Another little thing to note is a little good trick for you to know when you're designing your cards. This layer goes under here, but I needed this red piece, so I cut it out of the middle of this lower layer, because when you pop it out and use it, you can't tell that there's nothing behind there. And then you've saved a lot of paper. So, good little tip. So for this card, you will take your piece of no, that's not Whisper White, it's Very Vanilla. Fold it in half. I'm not going to do all the gluing, I'm just going to show you how it goes together. Here's all your little pieces. And I also cut these 2 at a time. So if it looks like you only have 1, just flick it and you'll have 2. So go ahead and stamp your greeting. I tie all your bows for you. I do as much of the prep work ahead as I can. So glue this on here. Glue your next layer on, just using snail or whatever glue you prefer to use. Then stamp your sentiment and glue, oh, there's another layer in this one. There's a layer of vellum. Now remember, when you're putting vellum on, that you can see through, so you don't want to go any bigger than this. So I would just turn it over and put a little bit of glue in the middle. Add that to your red piece. Your sentiment is already stamped. Always stamp it first. That goes on there. And then we have our little branches. And why does this one look like it only has 1? Oh, I know why. So it's got your vellum piece of greenery. Well, it's obviously not green. Now you can go ahead and poke all these little things out, but unless they come out really easy, I don't think I'd bother. But you can. So we're going to layer all of these things up on your little piece here. And I'm going to grab another one because, oh, it might be in the envelope. Seem to be missing the, hopefully that your kit is got all the pieces in it. Well, just pretend with me. You're going to put 1 gold one here. I would apply that with a glue dot. Glue dot. Your other gold one, glue dot. Then you need to glue your top to your bottom. You can see here, I don't know what happened. This is my extra kit. your kits are good. So you can see it's 2 pieces and the top one has a lot of detail. I would definitely poke those out. I did not do that for you. It takes a long time. Well, if I'm doing as many as I did. Glue that on top. I like to use a little sponge with my white glue. And then I'm going to put one here, and then another glue dot and your bow. Okay, so that's as simple as that card is. All right, and you always get to make 2 because a lot of the ladies that come to my class do not like to give away their cards because they're so beautiful. So now you have 1 to keep and 1 to give. I like to keep 1 as a sample actually. So you'll have enough pieces for 2. This was just my extra one, so don't judge this one. The rest of them should be good. So that's card number 1 with the red. Yes, Shannon, that is a very good tip. It saves you a lot of paper. Okay, I'm going to tuck this one back in here so I remember. The next one is this one. So we're going to fold it in half. If you have a bone folder, I would suggest having a bone folder. Then you're going to fold it in half again. I do have 1 kit still available. If you're part of my downline and you ordered a kit, as part of my downline you can get these kits for $15. I'll be delivering them next week with the make and takes for our team meeting. Alright, so this one, open up all the little pieces. You can see how much die cutting there was in this set. And at first I thought I was done and realized I'd only done half because I was forgetting I had to double everything. So your embossed piece, now you can see it only embosses to a certain width. That's because these are the skinny embossing folders. They're only 3.5 inches. So take it and glue it in the back so that you can see all the greenery on this side. It doesn't matter about that. And you can add a little piece of something for your sentiment in there if you like. Glue this on the front. So you see how I did it. I folded it back on itself. Take your glue and glue that on the front. The trick is to line up the tops and glue this down, making sure it's kind of lined up with the top, but doesn't matter. It's the same color, so you don't really notice. Now for this one, I've changed it up a bit and we're not using boughs. We're using these little berries, which are from the poinsettia set. And then these other little berries, both from the poinsettia set. And you can look at the picture or the video, and I'll try to stop it after I do each one so you can see each card. When you get your big piece like this, it's intended to cut up. So cut off the top piece. I would definitely poke this one out because you can see it more. So that's going to be for the top. And I'm going to tuck this in before I glue this down. And then I have my little red one for the top as well. And then for the bottom, I have another piece. And I just need 1 of these. So I'm just going to trim one off. And you will have a few extra little pieces of this. So for this one, I would add glue dots, see where I want it, and then lift it and put the glue dots, then put it back down. Again, do your greeting first, and then just add those up there. Now, I added this with dimensionals, and remember to only put dimensionals on this half. So flip it over, see where you want it, and then only put dimensionals here. Okay, so otherwise your card will be glued shut. And ask me how I know that. Now, I've been forgetting to tell you to add your little rhinestones wherever you think they would be pretty on your card. Okay, so this is the second card. I'm going to leave it for a second. So if you want to pause, you won't need to take a picture because you'll have the PDF. Oh, and then this is a bow that goes right there. Your bows are all tied and ready to go. Okay, so that's card number 2. It's the only one with a funny fold. All the rest are just folded in half. And you'll kind of know that because the piece is only 2 inches wide. Well, I guess you wouldn't know that if you didn't do a lot of my cards. Next one, very simple. This one we've gone with cherry cobbler. This is garden green, but I switched gears up to old olive. I really like the combination of cherry cobbler and old olive. And you'll find an extra envelope in your first envelope. So I don't want to pull all this out. So for this one, simple, simple, fold in half. Use your bone folder, give it a nice crease. I like to use white glue when I have an embossed image. So white, and check and see which is the up and down. Or the indent, or the, what's the opposite of indented? It's raised or it's indented. So you want raised showing to the top. Glue that on. Then you will find all these little pieces. All of these little pieces. Who knew? So remember to flick this because it's 2. Do your greeting. And for this one you have your pine cone, and I can show you a better example of it here. See how I haven't poked these out yet? So if you have one of the little brushes, you can use that, or just the sharp part of your scissors. It actually comes out pretty easy. So glue this on top, soft suede on soft suede. And that's going to get layered here, but not yet. And then for each of them, you'll have a garden green and a pear pizzazz. Because we're trying to show all different types of, or all different colors of green, because evergreens have a lot of different shades of green. So you're going to put these on the bottom, and you can cut them apart and do whatever you like, but I do like to make sure I can see most of them. So you're going to glue those on with glue dots. Then take your pine cone, put it on with a glue dot, then take your bow and add it with a glue dot, either to the top of the pine cone or the bottom. Do all that first and then flip this over, add dimensionals, and pop it up. You can see how mine is popped up and it's still flat enough to mail. Then I added a couple of red rhinestones to this one, and you're good to go. And you'll see you have enough in your stash to make your other card. So there's always enough materials to make 2 cards. And there's a lot of little pieces cut out for you in this card kit. And the last card, same idea. So we have our Very Vanilla, fold in half. This one has 3 layers though. And the last one had 2 layers. So this has 3. I've done the same thing where I've die cut into the middle. So that one's going to be for my layer, and this one is going to be for my greeting. So layer them up, add glue to each layer. Doesn't matter, you can glue this one onto here and then glue it on, or however you like to do it. There we go. You need to add your greeting to your Very Vanilla piece. These are from the Stitched So Sweetly dies. I love them. I've used them a lot. So do your greeting, add it to here, and then I like to lay it down and put the design on, and then turn it over and add it to my card. So for this one, you're going to have 1 sprig of greenery, glue dot. I think I want it, yeah, that's good, because then we have, I don't know why there's so many pine cones in this one. So pine cone top, again, pop out all the little details. You can see this one is mostly popped out. Add your glue, let it dry. Do this first so it can dry before you add it to your card. Glue dot it on here, a little bit low because you're going to add your bow and you already have your greeting, depending on how big your greeting is. Take your second one, same thing. They do have a right and a wrong side, I think. But really you can't tell. Yeah, they do. add a glue dot, take your bow and put it right in the middle with another glue dot. Okay, then once that's all glued together, then I take it and put my dimensionals on. The reason I do that, it doesn't really matter for this card, but I want to make sure I'm not going outside of the area of the card. And then of course you have all the materials you need, and I don't know why there's so many pine cones in this one, to make your second card. And it's also another good thing about making two of the same is if the first one doesn't turn out exactly like you like it, then you have a second chance to make it. All right, so that's our second card. No, that's our fourth card. So I'm just going to leave it here for a second. And maybe I'll take them all out and lie them down. You're going to have the PDF though, so you'll have pictures of all these. It's not a big deal. But I will just show you all the cards. I hope you enjoy this class. If you did purchase it, thank you so much for purchasing it. It was very fun putting it together for you. Don't forget to add your little rhinestones to your cards. And if you ordered the Itty Bitty Christmas, then these greetings are perfect. But you can use any greetings that you have in your stash. All right, so that is Country Christmas card class to go. That was the July one. It closed on Wednesday. It was a bit of a tight timeline because I was at the cottage. So the August one, I will put the dates out next week, and you will be able to order that. All right, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for purchasing the class to go. If you did not purchase it, this was like a little infomercial, and maybe you'll want to purchase it next time for the August class. Thank you and have a great day.